Day, friends! I'm so excited that you're here. Today we are making a super awesome puppy cake. And you guys chose this cake. So there were 3 cakes. It was the teapot cake or the, what was the other one? Okay, the butterfly. It was like, no, the birds. The birds, the teapot, and then the puppy. And you guys chose the puppy. And I went through, no joke, and tallied all of the votes. So the puppy won. It was a lot of votes. But you guys chose this one. So I'm really excited to do it. It's super cute. Whoever wins, you are going to be so excited because it's Valentine's Day week. And it looks like the cutest little puppy gift ever. So it looks like a little puppy in a little gift circular box. It's so cute. And this cake, I actually decided that I was going to make this one in opposite colors. So instead of it being a pink box, it's going to be blue. And so instead of the blue flowers, it's going to have pink flowers. So I'm excited. Here's my cake. It's my naked cake here. And so I have made some blue frosting. This icing here is a pale blue that I made. Hi guys. Good morning, good morning. Or might be evening by the time you end up watching this, or wherever you're watching from, I'm not sure. But welcome guys. So what I'm going to do here, I am going to just cover this cake with some of this buttercream here. I'm just wanting to give it a nice even coat. I'm just covering it all the way up. Going to make sure that it is nice and smooth. And I'm taking it all the way down to the bottom of the cake here. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you had a wonderful time. I don't know if you watched the Super Bowl or not. I know there was the Puppy Bowl. That was fun too. Okay, so here I am just going to cover this all the way to bottom. Here we go. Just gonna kind of get this to cover all parts here. Okay. Cool. Now that it's covered, I'm going to take my time to just make sure that it is smooth. Okay? Good morning, you guys. Good morning, everybody. Glad you're here. So here, I'm just going to take my straight edge and just make this nice and smooth all around the side, because we want it to look like a little gift box, so it needs to be really, really smooth. I already took the first layer and I just set it up in the fridge so that it's chilled, and the cake itself is chilled, so that this way, when I put this coat on, it will do what I want it to do a lot faster. Good morning, everybody. Glad you guys are here. So here I'm just gonna keep on smoothing out the side, and I want to smooth the bottom, or get the bottom clean a little bit. Okay. And I wanted to see if I can get this piece smoothed out there. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to smooth out the cakes. Whenever you're making a cake, sometimes it just takes a minute. So just be patient. Be patient with yourself. And sometimes it just takes practice, right? And if you've done any kind of cake decorating to any degree, you know it just takes a lot of practice. You know what they say, practice makes perfect. Good morning, Patrick. Good morning. I hope you had a great birthday last week. I hope you had a wonderful, fabulous birthday. Okay, I am almost finished with this part. And believe it or not, this is probably, at this point, the most challenging part. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning. Christy, I used to have a puppy that looked exactly like this one. His name was Jackson, and he was so cute. I just loved him to pieces. And you can ask anybody in my household. I have big, great dreams one day I'll be able to have a cute, hopefully you can still hear me. My earbud just went out. Let me know if you can hear me, okay? But one day I hope to have a cute little puppy, a little white puppy again. And I'm gonna name it Sugars. Okay. So guys, here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the little strap that's going to help this to look more like an actual box. Okay, so I'm just taking it and putting it all along the side. And I want to get a better look at it so I can see here. Okay, yeah. Just getting a nice strip of this all across the top. And hi guys, everybody's coming in now. Here, my friends. Here's everybody. What's up, guys? I'm glad you can hear me. I was worried. I was like, geez, I thought I had a lot more battery in these earbuds, but I guess not. Okay. So I have that little part to kind of make it look like it's more like a box of some sort. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of make the little seams. And the way I'm going to do that is I have a little marker. It's used for fondant. You can also use it for cookies. And this is a black marker. So I'm just going to kind of create the little seams on this cake to make it look like it's more like legit, like an actual piece for the box there. Okay. Just take your time and go around, make your little seams. And it helps it to look a lot more legit. Okay, there's one set of the seams, and I'm just going to do another one here at the base. Hope y'all are all doing good. I'm sorry I missed you last week. I am so sorry, but I'm glad that I'm back. All right, these little seams are coming out nicely. So cute. We're almost done with the gift box, you guys. Almost done. Okay. So the next part now, what we're going to do, I'm going to find out which part I want to make the front of the cake. And I think this is a nice front of the cake here that I'm working on, that I see right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place my little, I told you all that the decorations would vary just a little bit, so this is what I'm going to do here. I have a beautiful vintage heart. Do y'all see that? Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to stick this right on the front of my cake, and I'm using some icing there just to kind of help it to stay in place. So I'm just going to place this in the front so you guys can see it now. Right there. I tried to bend it a little bit because I did use cardstock, and I also used that self-laminating paper, which is nice, so it gives it that nice shine on that. And so I told you we went with the opposite colors, right? So instead of the blue, I decided to use pink ribbon. All right. So here's the ribbon, and I'm just going to attach this to the side, okay? And actually, you know, I think I could do Let me see. Yeah, it's going to be in the front. I have my little image here so I can see what I'm working with, which is very helpful. And so the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to just take this little piece of ribbon and I'm going to just attach it to both of the sides right here. And I'm going to do that by using some buttercream. Buttercream is like just as well as it could be glue. It is so helpful when you're trying to get something to stay in place. Okay, add a little more buttercream here. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to put my little flowers on the front. I want to see where I put my flowers. Okay, here they are. And the kind of flowers that I chose today are actually more along the lines of what I would call like a vintage kind of looking rose. Those kind of roses usually have two different tones to them. So that's kind of, when you see, it kind of matches. Do you see that? It kind of matches the front with the heart there. Same kind of vintage feels. A little bit of that cream color with a little bit of that pink inside. And I think they're so beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just place these three right in the front. I'm going to be careful to not disturb this ribbon too much. I don't want that to fall. Kind of want it to just drape over that a little bit. So I'm going to put my little flowers here. Okay. And let me see here. I have a couple other little flowers that I'm going to use to just kind of decorate the top, but I want to get a couple more things in place first. So now, it's time, you guys. It's time. It's time for you to see. We're going to work on the top here. We're just going to put a couple things in place first. So we just wanted to look like a little gift box. So we have some tissue paper, but this tissue paper is actually made out of fondant. So it's just little pieces like this. So what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of like set it up there so that it looks like it's just ruffled paper, kind of. And it just kind of looks like something needs to be just kind of popping out of there, which would be the best. Which is going to be our little puppy. So I just got this little piece. It's going to fall over and that's okay. Actually, I'm probably going to set it over this way. Just kind of like let it prop up like that a little bit. Just so everything kind of looks a little bit like paper. Okay, so now you wouldn't think, like when you see the picture, it's right up on the face, right? So it's really close up. This one is actually, when you see it now, he's gonna look smaller because he's not so right in your face, but I'm gonna bring him closer so you can see, okay? I'm gonna actually try to put the puppy on top so you guys can see him, and I'm gonna tell you how I made it. So first, I'm gonna put a good amount of this buttercream down. This is just to kind of make sure that it's stable, to make sure that he has a place to go without falling off, okay? And I'm going to show them to you here so you can see. It's just a little head. You can see the little puppy head. Isn't that adorable? Isn't that cute? Okay, so look, you guys. I love this kind of dog. This is a Maltese. This is one of my favorite breeds of dogs. They're so, so cute. So this little guy or girl, what we're going to do is we're going to just put her right down onto that frosting there and just wedge her right on there. Now I will tell you this so you know, okay? This head is actually made from white chocolate. So it's an actual mold, and what I did was when I put that mold, I put chocolate in there and let it harden. I took it out. I only did the head. I have a whole body for a mold, for a fondant mold, but I only did the head. And when I did that, I added other bits of buttercream on there because the dog did not look exactly like a Maltese. It looked more like a poodle. So I had to use buttercream to kind of make details for the face. So now I have a little fondant pieces, like little fondant paws there. I'm going to add some more buttercream on top of that because we want to make it all cohesive. And I'm still trying to figure out how I want to place her on top, because it's going to be a little bit different. It's a little bit different from the other cake in the placement anyway. I have a lot more paper looking like she's popping out of, but I'm just trying to work with it just to kind of get it to be where I want it to go. So you see her little baby paws coming out of the top, which is what we want. Something like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some little details here. I'm going to add some little buttercream details here. I just have a Ziploc bag, put some buttercream in it, and I just cut a little tiny hole. And when I did that, I'm just piping little bits of hair onto her paws. And I'm going to save some space here on the side because I want to leave space for the flowers I'm going to put up there too. So now we're just going to kind of pipe these little bits here. I find the more piping you do, a lot of times the better it looks, the more detailed it can look when it comes to a shaggy puppy. I want her to be a little closer so you guys can see that. Okay, so now I'm gonna play with it a little bit here. I'm gonna add some little flowers here on the side. I kind of want her to be tucked in there, so I might just add another little flower here on the other side. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, isn't she adorable? Don't you just want to like take it home and just not eat it? Just look at it, you know? It's when cakes are really cute, I don't know about you, but it's harder to cut into them. Unless you know it's really going to taste good, and then it's not that much of a struggle. But yeah, no tip for yeah, Christy. Just the bag. Just the bag. Isn't that crazy? It's wild. But when you're doing something like hair or something like that, you see that there? I don't know if you guys can see. But there's no tip there. So I just cut it and I just kind of worked with it here. I do have my little image here. I'm trying to kind of keep with the same feel as what was over there, but I kind of feel like she's so cute. She's so adorable. And when you have a little mold like that you're starting with, it just makes it so much easier to work with. Now there is one little difference. I think I'm going to add a little bit of some pink tissue paper, just because I think it's just going to make it go over the top. Really, really cute. And I have it right here, so I think it just will make it stand out a little bit more, just to have some of that on the top. And what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to sit and just ruffle it a little bit so it looks like a real gift there. Maybe I'm probably going to cut it in half. I don't want it to be too much. Just want it to be like a nice little accent, you know what I mean? I don't want it to overtake the top of the cake. I'm just going to sit and do a little bit of that folding. Okay, just kind of tuck it in over here. Let it just kind of touch the buttercream so I know it's not going to go anywhere. Just nestle it in there. I'm going to use a little bit more of this buttercream just to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. Of course, I'm going to have to get a look at her too, because when I decorate this way, I don't get to see very much of the front. It's wild. I'm usually just kind of looking from the back and hoping that it's turning out okay. Oh my gosh, you guys! This makes me want a puppy so bad. Like, I love my Sadie. She's such a sweetie. I think she loves me the most out of everybody in the house, but I feel like everybody feels that way. Anyway, I love her. When I wake up in the morning and I come out of my room, we just do the same like little wiggle dance, and she always wiggles with me. We just go down the hallway. If y'all could catch a video of that, you'd die laughing. But I love dogs. I love puppies, and they're so cute. And so this cake right here is dedicated to one day I'll have my little sugars, and she'll probably be about this size. I wanted one of those little tiny teacup dogs, you know. Anyway, well, here it is, guys. She's all done. She's all cute in her little gift box there, and I think it turned out great. Kind of like my own spin on it, you know. I think about these beautiful artists, these beautiful cake artists who make these wonderful cakes, and you know, every cake artist is different. Everyone has their own little, you know, touch to things, and I feel like I see their beautiful work, and I feel like I can't do it exactly like they do, and even when someone orders a cake and they're like, I want it to look exactly like this, you know, I can't make it look exactly like that, but I can make it look very similar, and this is the same way. I want to make sure that it's similar, you know, but it's not exact. So I kind of put my own little touches on this here too. All right, guys, so if you want to win this cake and be in the drawing, in the drawing to win this cake, all you need to do is like and share this video. Also, I don't know if y'all saw my post this morning for you guys who are coming to my cake class this weekend. I'm super excited about that. We are doing a Galentine's class, and it is so fun. I know it's going to be amazing. I did a couple private parties, a few this weekend, and they were awesome. And it was like love and hearts and Galentine themed, and it was just so much fun. A really, really great time. So yes, I'm excited, guys. I love you all very much. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you for being here. This was a super fun cake to make, and who knows, maybe somebody might order it. I might have to do it again, and I would love it. All right, guys, you'll have an amazing, wonderful day. God bless you. Thank you so much for coming today to watch, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, amazing Valentine's Day. I love you from my heart to yours, and I'll see you next time. Bye.